Hearts of Iron 4 has seen many reworks and updates to its titular nations, from the Soviets in 2020, to Italy in 2022, to Germany in 2024. Every single major country has received a rework at some time in the game's history, but the nation that has gone the longest without the secondary rework is our favorite, totally not a war criminal, Japan. Now, the Japanese tree, as it stands, is terrible, but today I'm going to try and convince you why that is not only okay, but should be appreciated before the inevitable Pacific Theater rework comes. This is my defense of the Japanese focus tree in Hearts of Iron 4. Now, let's say you got smacked in the head really hard and lost all knowledge on how to play Hearts of Iron 4. Sounds nice, right? Anyway, your hour count has been reduced to 0 and you have no idea what you're doing. What major country do you pick to relearn the game? Well, Italy has always been the tutorial nation, but, yeah, no. What about Germany? Not them either. America? Takes too long to get rolling. Soviets? Too big. France? No. Well, shit. With all these reworks and expansions, there's really no nations left to provide an easy way to learn the game. Well, I guess I give up. Oh wait, Japan! Japan starts with a decent but not too big army, no major debuffs, a giant fleet so you can try out the navy easily, and the buff of having your first war be against a nation that will never invade you because they literally can't. Then comes the issue of the focus tree. While it is bare bones, and while the alternate history paths are... the historical path, now with the fall of Italy and Germany to overcomplication, is now the cornerstone of a good beginner path to get a hold on the game's mechanics with. It's compact, doesn't have many bells and whistles. It says what it needs to say and does it quickly and concisely, yet in a way that still feels rewarding to the player. The Army, Navy, and Air Force trees are simple, not huge and overbearing like, say, the shared South American one. Now, this isn't to say having a complicated, big, or extensive focus tree or mechanics is bad, it's just not beginner-friendly. That's why I'd say that Japan, and to an extent the United States, are the last sandbox nations. They are nations that don't require a lot of thinking to play, no jumping from side to side of your tree to try and remove your 5 debuffs before the war starts, and most importantly, no being overwhelmed by all the choices that usually come with the post no-step-back focus tree. And because I think the USA takes too long to really get rolling for it to be a good tutorial, Japan is also, in my opinion, the last tutorial nation as well. Now, this will change. We all know that Japan is being reworked in probably the next big DLC. Am I saying it shouldn't? Of course not. But as the difficulty curve grows higher and higher with each update, and nations require a lot more knowledge of the game's mechanics to play well, we need to stop and think. Are we shutting the door on new players by reworking everything? How many new players will get turned away from Hearts of Iron 4 just because of how it looks on the outside? In the eyes of a new player, is a game that requires hundreds of hours to learn worth it? Is it really a game at all? If Hoi 4 ever does die, which I'm not saying it will, I think this will be the culprit. Japan is an endangered animal, the last of an era and the final of its kind. And while I think it should be reworked, I hope I've convinced you that it's sad to see it go. If not for our sakes, but for the sakes of new players. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Be sure to leave a comment down below, and if it's respectful, I'll reply to it, and we can talk about it. Join my Discord server if you want more direct conversation. My name was John Parker 117, and I'll see you later.